Welcome back to the Gemini channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Gemini. Know that energy is fluid, rules to be reversed. Interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also know on this channel, I like to dive deep within the readings. So I look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and see how they play those karmic themes along with everything else. But we take more time to look at those elements because a lot of times it's not about how your person feels. It's about why they do what they do and what is the whole significant reason to the connection. Like, what is the point? Um, the universe brings us people to help us grow us, to teach us, to show us a different perception of life. And so a lot of times we are unaware of why, a situation plays out within our life that a person creates pain, makes us question ourselves. We want to know that when really a lot of times it is all about that person and has nothing to do with you. You're just a magnet of that energy, and spirit is bringing that person to you to show you what needs to be healed. Because if they were able to trigger you, they were able to affect you. Well, again, it means that that person holds spiritual significance to teach you. All right, so we're going to jump right on in. But before I do, I wanted to mention that my my coaching program is now open. The coaching link is in the description box, along with all other important information. So if you're someone that's in need of shadow healing, life coaching, and all that fun stuff, again, my shadow healing coaching program is not just about life coaching that incorporates that, but we also uh, touch into psychic development and a lot of other healing modalities, like teaching you how to recondition your nervous system. All people that go through trauma tend to need that. So again, it's a really all-inclusive coaching program. It's not just life coaching, it's not just psychic development, it's not just shadow healing and inner child healing and reparenting, and you're getting all the healing modalities to help you heal the effects of trauma. So it's a really all-inclusive type of life coaching. So if this sounds something like you'd be interested in, the link is in the description box along with all other important information. All right, let's jump right on in today and let's see what the word of the video is. Again, want to enter into winning a reading with me, gotta like the video, subscribe to the channel, write that word, this word, in the comment bar. Okay, let's see what's influencing your connection. And it's disgust. It's disgust. And it's because I feel like you're connected to someone that is so disgusted with themselves and just disgusted with the karmic that they're connected to and just disgusted. And I feel like you're disgusted in this person. And that's why this person is disgusted with themselves, because they thought that they were so high and mighty. They thought that they were going to be so big that they weren't going to fail. And that, if anyone was going to be sorry, it was going to be you. And that's not what happened. It's like this person ruined a divine connection, is what I feel like. And they did so by staying with the karmic. So, and that karmic did not have good intentions for them. So that's why they're in a place of disgust. So this is what's underlining your energy with this person, and they're not really moving. What you see is that they're not really doing anything. So meaning that, like, whatchamacallit, that what you see, you can still feel their energy. However, you don't see this person coming back into your life. You don't see them doing anything. And the reason why is because they're embarrassed. They're disgusted with themselves. We're just going to move that over there. And let's see how this person treated you. Let's see what happened. I have two decks of cards here. Okay, let's separate them. I was going to say that's too many cards here. Let's see. Let's see how this person triggered you. Let's jump in there. And that is, again, you feel like this person just likes to try and start arguments with you because they don't like to communicate. Like, it's like they start arguments when they feel angry and irritated, and they'll start an argument with you in order to be soothed. So they don't have conversations. They don't want to be transparent. That's their way of finding out information. That's their way of like making them feel like more secure in the connection as well. Because I feel like this person is not secure in the relationship, so they don't ask for what they need. What they do is they manipulate. There's someone that's very codependent. And so what they'll do is they won't just start an argument, they'll try and guilt you, they'll try and shame you, they try and manipulate you in order to get what they want and not have to be transparent about it. And you had tired of the abuse. You felt like it was like anytime that this person didn't get what they wanted, they acted like a baby. They would literally like start an argument with you, and you felt like you had to give in to them all the time. Kind of like reminds me of almost like being involved, having a parent or something that like is always angry. And then what happens is that you're always trying to like fix, like as if you grew up in an environment where you were the wounded healer, where you were the like the fixer of the family. And now here it is, you're in a relationship with someone that does the same thing. Now understand, they wouldn't be able to do it unless your boundaries were weak. So I feel like this person is someone that definitely came on very strong and very codependent. And so, like I said, they were using your own emotions against you, again, using passion. That's what they were using. They were using the emotional the connection of that passion. Like if you love me, and coming on really strong and getting what they want and then going back. But when you would, say, hey, emotionally, I'm not getting anything from this connection, or like you're not being transparent with me. So when we have a conversation, you knew that they were leaving pieces of the conversation out to kind of stage things. So you never really like you were making decisions based on what was best for you. It was actually what was best on them, because they would leave pieces of, stories out so that you couldn't really make the best decision for yourself. And then when you call them out on it, they were like, I'm tired of being the bad guy. And then you're like, no, but you're making it like I'm the bad guy because I want to know what's really going on in this connection. And I really want to know like whether you're serious in this connection, like instead of keeping it surface, they're keeping it surface because, like I said, they're not able to talk to you about their problems or what they want or what they don't want. Instead, they come home and they'll like treat or call you and treat you like a punching bag to get what they want. And then when they're not doing that, there's a lot of passion in the connection, which is abusive, and you got tired of it because it's like one moment you want to be in bed, the next minute you want to fight with me. So it's like almost like you're all over the place. And what happened is like this person got angry at you too many times and started arguments for no reason too many times that you called their bluff. They didn't think that you were gonna like walk away from them. They thought that you would be powerless. That's what they thought. They were like using again that emotional connection, like as through again that of passion. And it was just a simple fact of you're like, I'm tired of like, I feel like we've gone through this so many times before. You don't get what you want, you start an argument with me, and then you punish me. And then I'm supposed to drop whatever it is that I'm doing, come and fix your life. And it happened too many times. Because it's like I said, this person would punish you. You're like, I'm tired of being punished. for no reason. You're just like being like a baby. That's how a baby acts. And it's because this person feels inadequate. They don't really feel that they fit in anywhere. So they are codependent because they have a connection to you and you really have feelings for them. And so you're someone that's comfortable in your skin. You're someone that knows how to make your life work. This person's codependent, and like it's said that what they see is that if their life isn't working, they want you to come in and fix them. They want you to fix the situation, where you're like, I'm not your fixer, and because you're not even trying. What it's like, you're not trying to be in a better relationship with me. Instead, you're like rebellious towards me. Like you deliberately go against me just for the sake of going against me. You just don't want to make me feel like I can be in a relationship with you and be transparent and be vulnerable just for the sake of it. There's no reason for it. It's just you want full control. It's like, and then, again, you want to be able to manipulate me. And I believe that this person did for a long time through their moods to make you be more dutiful, again, to them, giving too much to them, neglecting what you need. Because they're like, well, your life is working, but something's not working in my life. I want you to fix it. Or I need emotional support right now. You need to drop what you're doing and give me emotional support. Or again, whatever it is was their issue, whatever their issue is. They need more emotional support. They need money. They need you to fix something, and they need you to call for them. They were, again, that person. You're the person that has to do it all for me. They're not going to do it, but then they're going to appear to be a lot stronger from the outside. While meanwhile, here you are being manipulated to drop what you're doing to help them out within their life. Because if they don't get it, if they're not going to do it, and they're going to become more and more emotionally imbalanced because they're not seeing results in their life. So they're going to make you uncomfortable. Because again, there's a need to be perfect. There's a need, this person wants to appear that way, and they don't know how to do it. They appear you to be that way, like somebody that's life looks easy, someone that, again, you're enjoying your life. This person, they don't enjoy their life, and they don't enjoy their life because they're imbalanced. They don't want to be emotionally transparent. There's someone that normally leads by their ego, and they don't get good results. So it's like, here it is. It's like this person's life isn't really that great. They're coming into your life and they're like, well, your life works. I want you to fix my life, or I would like to have your life. Where, again, you're like, no, because then it's all consuming to you. And you're like, that you need to be able to take care of yourself. And then what this person, if they can consume you, what they do is they create a lot of drama, and that, in order to get what they want, again, is intense and it's overwhelming, and it takes up all your emotional space. So it goes back to that this person can only be in a relationship with you if you are cleaning up their mess, if you are giving of yourself, if you're not expecting that much in return for that. And that's why you're like, I don't want to be consumed with you, and you don't really know how to be transparent because you feel ridiculous asking for the things that you're asking for. You shouldn't be asking me. You know that you should be able to do that on your own. But instead, you're going to manipulate. You're going to try and get what you want. And so instead, what are you doing with your time? What is this person doing in the interim? I just want to see to the point that they need you to do it. It's like they, again, feel like they don't have enough, that they don't have what it takes. It's that they feel inadequate. Well, that's what lack means. It's not just lack of money. It's like a lack of direction. It's a lack of identity. It's a lack of knowing what to do. It's a lack of really putting in any effort, is what this person's problem is. And then they get angry. because they're not seeing results in their life. It's like, and they're too impulsive. And they're meaning it's again, they live mainly from their feelings, from their emotions, from like what they feel like doing in that in the time. Like, and then it's like they don't want to take directions, so they see everything as a criticism. I feel like they have this connection to you, you can intimidate them because your life works, their life doesn't. Their life doesn't need to be so stressful, but it is stressful because, again, they don't direct their energy towards trying to cultivate a better way for themselves. Instead, they put their time in trying to manipulate you. It's because, again, they need to heal their inner child. Part of their inner child is fragmented. They didn't create who they were in childhood. They're someone that, again, has too many spiritual blocks from childhood, possibly being brought up in an environment where they either had to be the fixer or the healer and they didn't create themselves, or they were just someone that did what they wanted to do when they wanted to do it, how they wanted to do it, had no direction, and didn't get results. So again, we get the same imbalance, whether you're spoiled and smothered and couldn't figure out direction on your own because you had a parent that was smothering you, or whether you were neglected. It's the same type of energy, but this person doesn't know who they are. And that's why, and they can't emotionally fill up their own cup. They don't trust themselves. It's again, when we're not, you're going to be impulsive, but the problem is when you're impulsive, you're not coming from your true self, your higher self, doing what's best for you. You're mainly soothing your emotions. And this person does that with you, again, through manipulation and through creating an argument, but they also do it through outside things to soothe themselves. And that is through usually addictions and through other things because of their feelings of inadequacy. That's really what it is. It's like they have a lot of fear of inadequacy. And I feel like, again, they have a lot of inner child healing that they need to forgive from the past. They have, for some, this is, again, they don't just have drinking and drugging and doing that kind of stuff, but they also have eating disorders because they're imbalanced. And it's because they inherited too many family patterns, karmic patterns. So this is what they're doing. It's like they care too much about their self-image. And because, again, they feel inadequate. And they feel inadequate because they're impulsive. And they're impulsive because of these family patterns on how to deal with stress is a family pattern. Like it's like if there's addiction there, if there's escapism, if there's avoidance, if there's, feelings of rejection. This person has feelings of rejection because they have feelings of abandonment. And really underneath it all is sadness. So this person needs to heal. They feel the connection of a past life connection between you and them. It's not like they don't, but they're imbalanced. And as long as they're imbalanced, you're going to get betrayal because this person takes risks. And risks where they'll try and hook up with other people because of their trauma. Again, due to the way that they grew up. So until they formulate new habits on how to deal with their stress and stop manipulating, and just focus on the sex, really, that's this person, which always winds up in a karmic contract. So they don't really feel, again, that they can be in relationships. And that's why this person falls prey to addictions. They cut themselves off because they feel inadequate. But really the truth is that this person's lazy. They don't really put the time in. They don't really, it's again almost like scared stupid. I don't know what to do, so I'm not going to do anything. So you just got tired of that energy. And we see that they're not really going to do anything that because, again, as long as they have addictions and have these family patterns, they can be in avoidance to you. And that's, I don't really feel like they want to fix it. It's like they would rather They would rather have things their way, and I don't feel like you're going to give in to that. So we have to say, I want to see if they're going to do anything different. I don't really feel like they are, because we see already that they have too many issues where, again, they want to see as if they're like perfect, and they're not. It's like it's again hide behind their addictions and just betrayal, and we didn't see anything to show that this person was going to be any different. No, like I have to say no. It's like, don't let this person into your life because they're too low vibration, and again, it's all about betrayal. It's like, and it's because they don't want to heal themselves. They don't want to do the work. And sometimes that happens. So you have to say, why did you attract this person into your life? You attracted a person into your life that had too many family patterns, grew up in an environment where they saw that betrayal, and so they have a lot of imbalances, and they're imbalances where they're always trying to get the next dopamine hit, and they get to do that through taking risks. And it's all about their self-image, and their self-image is all about trying to be perceived as perfect, when really, like, again, what's leading them is the fact of, again, the self-image, like I said, of looking perfect, but really is the inadequacy. Because there is no such thing as perfect. We can, it's our creative expression that gives us our uniqueness, and that actually is perfect. It's not a one size fits all. It means that it was supposed to be that way. Just like Helen Keller was deaf, dumb, and blind and created Braille for people, people would look at her like, well, that you have a lot of imbalances, and Spirit says, no, all of that is beautiful. All of that is correct. But this person focuses on their inadequacies. And because of that, all they know how to do is be in a karmic contract. And again, be in a real connection that's more about the sex. So there is a very strong past life karmic connection, but it doesn't matter because the person's lazy. And so as long as they're lazy, they're always going to go like surface deep, because again, they're impulsive. They're led by their emotions and their lack. So again, the dopamine hit is important, and that comes out in everything, including their addictions. So that's what creates so much stress within this person's life, is that they avoid life. They become consumed with the drama that they create, because again, the betrayal of only caring about themselves. Again, the underlying energy is trauma, and they expect everybody to come in and fix it, or they tend to be the fixer. They flip and flop between that, and you just got tired of being the bad guy because, if they come in and yell at you and you don't jump when they want you to jump, well, then again, they throw a temper tantrum, and here it is. You see that victimhood is where they're not. Again, they try and intimidate you, but meanwhile, you intimidate them because you hold to a certain standard. So it's, again, not someone that's on a low vibration, does not want to raise their vibration. It's, again, doesn't mean that they didn't have feelings. There's a past life connection there. There's feelings, but this person's lazy and not on the same vibration. And you saw that, and that's why you were like, no. And so again, you have to say, why did you attract this person into your life? You're a mirror of what comes into your life. Our past experiences that are traumatic make that imprint on the subconscious mind, making you the magnet for people to come into your life. So abuse is the first card out. So that doesn't necessarily mean physical, but it could definitely is emotional and psychological abuse. Childhood. Now, the karmic themes that continue to play out in your life were from those childhood traumas. And so again, we already know that the closest people to you are your parents, and they should be giving love, but instead abuse. So we can see why maybe this connection would have felt normal to you. Again, because you wouldn't be expecting of anything. When you grow up in a loving, sporting home, you have certain expectations of what the connection looked like. I don't believe that you had expectation. Again, protection. There was no protection. If you were being abused, well, hello, you would definitely want protection. You didn't feel safe. In this connection, you don't feel safe because they neglected you. Well, this person neglected you. So we see a lot of this mirroring energy. Look, belittled, trying to make you feel like whatever you're said or whatever your needs are not really important, downplaying their negative ways about them, like not giving you anything, making excuses for why they are the way that they are. Again, downplaying why their abusive behavior is okay. And then, expecting you again to be the fixer, to forget how they treat you. Again, want to come back and forth into your life because this is a past life connection. There's a lot of passion, but who wants a connection that's either in the bedroom or you're killing each other? No one wants that. And this person's fragmented, and that's what it is. And so I feel like maybe that's what you saw growing up with your parent, that always like they were either fighting or in the bedroom to the point that they couldn't give you what you needed, that you were neglected. And then guess what? When they weren't getting along, you were being abused. They were projecting that anger onto you. So there was no protection because you would want protection from your parents. Again, and being seen as rebellious for wanting it. And that's how this person made you feel, right? When you stood up for yourself, they made it like you were the bad person, when really they're the person that's rebellious. They're the person that has a problem. They're the person that's trying to make a square peg go into the circle hole. And that's what you grew up with. You grew up with a person that was always trying to put the square peg in the circle hole. And that was be with a person that really didn't want to be in a commitment, making them be in a commitment to the point that they were self-sacrificed. So again, and they were not happy. And because they were not happy, they couldn't give you the love and the support that you deserved and the security. Instead, they abused you. They took out their frustration and their anger onto you. And that's, again, when you see that over and over again, what happens is that you're being told that you're not deserving of love. And when you perceive that you're not deserving of love because you have this imprint, you self-sabotage yourself. So again, you didn't do that. You had to pass this lesson of self-sabotage. And that's by realizing, again, this was an abusive connection. They neglected you. They wanted to act like it wasn't really a big deal what they do, belittle you, try to gaslight you and manipulate you to make you feel like that you weren't worthy of it, or hoping that you didn't know what your worth was. And then seen as you're rebellious when this person's rebellious because they're not giving you the protection that you deserve. So I feel like you went through this connection. You were like, okay, you're not giving anything, but you had to go through the connection because that imprint was still on your subconscious mind. And you may have to go through this type of situation a few times with different types of partners, because it's about standing up for yourself. It's about listening to yourself. It's about seeing yourself differently. And the first time we go through this type of situation, it's almost like we have to wrap our head around the fact that somebody wants to be in our life, but they don't want to give us anything, that they want to manipulate us. And when we realize that, we get upset, we can get triggered. By the third or fourth time that we see we're dating someone that does the same types of things, well, the relationship doesn't go that far because you don't interact with the person. You see the writings on the wall. So the relationship has a very short shelf life. If it's a week, 2 weeks, a month, it's not long. And because you're like, I already see who you are, and I don't have to question myself. I already know what I'm worth. I already see what you're doing. I'm not going to entertain this. And so Spirit said you had to go through this experience with this person because it mirrored the same energy that you grew up with. And so that you could, again, step into boundless opportunities, like you actually have infinite possibilities, like you have good karma, like you can fulfill your promise to yourself, again, the higher self, that there's opportunities and that you release fear, the fear of, again, feeling not safe, feeling, again, not protected, feeling like you're going to get abused or self-sacrifice to yourself. again, self-sabotage yourself, where Spirit says you have infinite possibilities. It's again that are there for you. Now, are you going to waste your time with this person, or are you going to step into a whole new different direction? And really, it's what you're like, I'm going to step into a whole new direction. I'm not even going to be with this person. Because at the end of the day, you're like, no, I'm going to rise above. It's like, and that's because this is a past life karmic meet. So there is feeling of love. It's just this person is not on a high vibration. They need a lot of healing. And you attracted this person because they did all the same things, made you feel all the same ways, I should say, didn't do all the same things, but made you feel all the same ways that you felt growing up. And Spirit said, I needed you to see yourself differently, more powerful, so that you could then step into all these different opportunities. You needed to rise above those situations and go on your soul's path, so that you could. And part of that, you wouldn't be able to really manifest the way that you should be unless you healed that. It was all about, finding the harmony within you, which is the balance, which is about integrating all facets, meaning that there was shadows and when we have shadows, we detach from parts of ourselves. We disconnect. And Spirit says, as long as you disconnect, it means that you're rejecting parts of yourself. And then you're not going to be able to manifest. It's a block. It's that you need to integrate all facets of yourself so that you're really coming from the true self, the higher self. Integration brings you back to that energy of unconditioned love, which is your God-given energy. It's the energy that we're born with, that we're born into families and societies and, around people, our families that all have karma, and we inherit that karma, and that is what gives us our core beliefs. And so Spirit says some of those core beliefs weren't built on truth because you were brought up in a family that showed you that love was conditional, that you did what didn't matter, that you weren't worth anything by the way that they treated you. It's like, did they mean to? No, they were caught up in their own drama, but it doesn't matter. It's still what you have embodied. So in order to heal that, you have to embody the new energy, and that happens from integrating all facets. It's like of yourself, your body, mind, and spirit. And Spirit says, and now it's all about you right now. Spirit says, allow serenity to regain in you. The love that you have for yourself invites harmony to settle within your being. Look at this. Harmony within, and Spirit saying it again, harmony within. Well, harmony to settle within your being. Listen to and honor and strive to fulfill the needs of your soul. So Spirit says, because you were neglected and treated so badly in childhood, and you keep attracting people like this, and this the past person, or this just one person came into your life and did this, Spirit says you need to put more energy into yourself. Again, it should be all about you, not somebody else, because you don't love yourself enough if you're attracting a person like that into your life. It's that Spirit says you can evolve again, and this is what Spirit saying, you can rise above those spiritual blocks by being on your soul's path, your soul's calling. Again, listen to the whispers of your soul guiding you by aligning your actions and your values, and then you have infinite possibilities. But you had to go through this because this was a karmic. All right, I'm going to leave that there, Gemini. You let me know how you resonated with this one, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.